Today we're jumping into a really important topic, injury prevention. Whether you're a seasoned athlete or a beginner just starting your fitness journey, it's important that you take the necessary steps to minimize the risk of injury to create long-term success.
For all of you that doesn't have a gym but still wants to work out at home, did you know that I have several bodyweight programs on my training app, from beginner all the way to advanced? On top of that, you'll be getting access to all my superhero programs and the nutrition guide. And not only can you message me on the app, now you can stream your training on all devices.
Number one is understanding the importance of proper form. When lifting weights, you want to push yourself almost to the max or failure, but you should never compromise on good form. Good form should always come first. A couple of things that I see a lot of is people pushing their shoulders forward when they should be lowered and tucked in. If you're doing any type of press exercise or motion, make sure to lower your shoulders and tuck the shoulder blades in. Imagine that you have a pen between your shoulder blades and you're trying to pinch that and hold it. Keep the position whether it's a shoulder press or a chest press. Another thing is when you're doing a back exercise or a rowing exercise, you round your back. Try to make sure to keep that natural arch in the body. Also make sure to keep that natural alignment in your neck. Don't hunch forward, don't roll forward. Keep that neutral spine as much as you can when doing, for example, a row or a lat pull down. Same thing when it comes to a leg press or a squat. You want to make sure when you squat down that you keep that natural arch in the spine. You also want to make sure that your whole foot is connected to the floor. One thing I see all the time is that when people squat down, not only do they round their backs, they go up on their toes. So make sure that your heel, your whole foot is planted in the floor, and make sure to keep that natural arch while squatting down. That's just a few tips and tricks, but please consult an expert so they can help you to achieve good form. It's going to be worth it, trust me. Number two, gradually increase your intensity and volume. You can build muscles in many different ways, but ramping up or building up is the best way of doing it to mitigate injuries. If your goal is to build muscle mass, know that you can do that with a lighter weight with many reps or with a heavier weight and fewer reps. If you go for heavier weights and fewer reps, you might have to do more sets total to achieve the same volume, but the risk of injury also goes up since it's harder to keep good form when you lift heavy. With that said, lifting heavy makes you stronger. So if you want to be strong, lifting heavy might be the thing you want to do. But please, when you start a new program or if you haven't been working out before, don't go too hard from the get-go. Slowly build up. Allow yourself a few weeks to ramp it up before you go 100%. Make sure that your form's there, that your body's getting used to it. Rome wasn't built in one day, and neither should your body. Number three, prioritize warm-up and cool-down routines. These two things are many times neglected. A good warm-up is vital for increasing the blood flow through your muscles and to warm up your muscles so you minimize the risk of injury when lifting. Personally, I warm up before every session, but I also warm up the first set on every exercise that I do before going heavy. And after you're done with your session, you might want to stretch. But here's the thing about stretching. Even though it is extremely important to stretch a muscle that needs it, it's equally important not to stretch a muscle that's too flexible. So some of us out there have muscles that should not be stretched. Me, for example, I have a hypermobile back. So anything that involves my lower back, I make sure not to overdo it or to overstretch. When it comes to chest and shoulders, on the other hand, I need a ton of stretching. So make sure to stretch the muscles that needs to be stretched. Number four, listen to your body, but maybe not too much. Pay attention to the signals the body sends you. Pushing for pain can worsen an injury and really set you back. So you want to make sure that if you feel discomfort or like you're pulled a muscle, don't push through that. Be smart and stop and evaluate and maybe make adjustments. You can always work through exhaustion, but if you got a sharp pain, you feel like you're injured something, stop and seek medical advice. It's also important to know that sometimes our bodies send out signals that we should ignore. If we listen too much to our bodies, we'll probably not do many sets or reps or go to the gym at all. So find that balance. Number 5, cross-training, incorporate rest days. To prevent injuries, it's important to have a well-rounded approach to fitness. If you're going to the gym 5 days a week and lifting heavy, you do want to make sure to get enough rest in between, to stretch, and to maybe work on your mobility and flexibility. If not, it's going to lead to injury. Additionally, don't forget the importance of rest day. No one should work out 7 days a week. Make sure to listen to your body and take those days off when you need it. Personally, I work out 5 days a week and rest too. Just know that you can overtrain in short periods if it's followed up by more rest. So if you know that you're going on a holiday in 3 weeks, yeah, you might be able to do 6 days a week in the gym. If you know that you're getting 3 days a week when on holiday, that's where you get your rest period. So think about your rest and recovery, not only short term on a weekly basis, but also long term on a monthly basis. And you can play around with it a little bit. There you have it, my 5 top tips to prevent injuries and avoid setbacks. Just know that injuries is a part of life. It will happen at some point. It's important not to get discouraged. It's not a setback, it's a lesson, and it's also a natural part of life. So when you get injured, rest, recover, take the necessary steps to get back. That's how you ensure longevity in your fitness journey. If you found today's video helpful, maybe give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more fitness tips. Stay safe and stay fit, and I'll see you in the next video.